How's it going, everyone? In this video, this is an arc build for the Hunter. And when I tell you this build is broken, I mean it's literally broken. What this build consists of is 30-second supers, infinite dodges, infinite melees, and infinite grenades. And also infinite health regeneration. So basically, you're a one-man army. If you guys are interested in this build and want to try it for yourself, the dim link will be in the link of the description. Be sure to like the video and enjoy. I was using the Arc Strider for the Hunter, and the super I was using Gathering Storm. Hurl your arc staff forward and bending it into surfaces on large targets and jolting nearby targets. After a short time, a devastating lightning bolt strikes the staff, overcharging it with arc energy. While overcharged, your staff discharges lightning at nearby foes. For the abilities, I was using Gambler's Dodge. Dodge to perform a deft tumble, avoiding enemy attacks, dodging near enemies, fully recharges your melee ability. And for the jump, I was using triple jump. For the melees, I was using combination blow, a quick strike that temporarily increases your melee damage when defeating a target, stacking 3 times. Defeating targets with this ability also fully refills your class ability energy and restores a small amount of health. In this build, I will dodge near an enemy to get my melee back. And then as soon as I melee that enemy, I get my dodge back. And for the grenades, I was using storm grenades. And for the 2 aspects, the first one is lethal current. After dodging, your next melee has increased lunge. And it also jolts targets and creates a damaging aftershock. Damaging a jolted target with melee attacks also blinds them. The second aspect, flow state. Defeating a jolted target makes you amplified. While you are amplified, your dodge recharges more quickly and you are more resilient while dodging. And your reload speed is greatly increased. The 4 fragments I was using is the first one, Spark of Shock. Your arc grenades jolt targets. The second fragment is called Spark of Magnitude. Your lingering arc grenades, lightning grenades, pulse grenades, and storm grenades have extended duration. The third fragment, while surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. And you're literally going to be right in between a group of ads every single time with this build. And for the last fragment is Spark of Feedback. Taking melee damage briefly increases your outgoing melee damage. For the weapons, I was using Lingering Dread, and the perks were Disorienting Grenades, Auto Loading Holster, and Chill Clip. I was using a Blinding Grenade Launcher to blind the enemies so I have a clear shot at that target and I won't be damaged by them. For the energy weapons, I was using an Aikilos SMG with Feeding Frenzy and Volt Shot. If you do not have this Aikilos SMG with these perks, you can also use a Forbearance. And for the kinetic, you can also use any SMG. And for me, I would use Submission. For the heavy, I was using Tractor Cannon for debuffs. The only seasonal mods I was using is the authorized mods because it significantly decreases the amount of energy you would need to put in your armor slots. And for my helmet, I was using Hands On, gain bonus super energy on melee kills. And for Dynamo, reduces super cooldown when using your class ability near targets. And the third mod, Ashes to Assets, gain bonus super energy on grenade kills. So these are the mods that would decrease the cooldown for your super so you can use it more often. And for the gauntlet, I was using Liar's Handshake. What Liar's Handshake does is that when using an arc melee ability or being hit by a melee attack will allow you to follow up with an extremely powerful melee counterpunch that will heal you. So every time you melee an enemy and kill them, you get health back. And the mods I was using was Heavy Handed. Your powered melee final blows create orbs of power. And I was using 2 mods called Focusing Strike. Grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a melee attack. Because sometimes when I would use this build, I would usually lose my melee and my dodge. So if I would just melee an enemy, it would give me at least half of the energy back from my dodge. For the chest, you can put any resist mods, but for me, I was using Concussive Dampener, reduces incoming effect damage from combatants, and Harmonic Resistance reduces incoming arc damage from combatants, and Solar Resistance reduces incoming solar damage from combatants. The boots, I was using Recuperation, replenishes health each time you pick up an Overpower. I put this for survivability purposes so I can survive longer. And the 2 other mods was Innovation, reduces grenade cooldown every time you pick up an Overpower. And for my cloak, I was using Distribution, reduces all ability cooldowns when using your class ability near targets. And the 2 other mods, I was using Bomber, reduces grenade cooldown when using your class ability.